What's up, guys? I'm Freaking Gomez. Welcome to my channel if you're new to it. So for today's video, I'll be talking about why Ichika Nakano from the Quintessential Quintuplets is best girl. And yeah, so this I don't know how to say it exactly. I guess late since like the series is like pretty much over. So yeah, well, I'm busy and say my sense of why I think this quintuplet sister is like best girl compared to the rest of her sisters. And I try to like and give away like say too many spoilers because the English dub for the movie just like recently came out and I saw like in like the actual language sub. So I want to try to avoid the same spoilers as much as possible. For anime only fans. And yeah, so let's begin. And alright, so before I actually get started, I want to say like how I got into the concept of quintuplets. So originally I wasn't really gonna see it because like the concept to me was like kind of weird, like how all five sisters would fall in love with like this, one guy, their tutor. But eventually, over time, I did come around to it. Okay, another thing was because I was kind of like since like previously I said before how High School DD killed a harem genre for me, but so pretty much this was like a time where like okay, let me give it another shot like the genre, and luckily, the Quintuplets was like one of those few harem anime that brought me back in, to remind me how there is like wholesome, there is like wholesome harem anime out there still, and yeah. And also, another thing, so, to my surprise, because here's the thing about me, I said this like many times, where when it comes to me picking like a waifu from like any anime, it always ends up being the girl, like the girl that catches my eye. Like, I play, an RPG that had Sinner on it, and that's how I got into Sword Art Online. And same thing with Ichika with the meme from season 1 where Futaru has her like on her shoulders and like he's like enjoying her thighs and she said don't enjoy my thighs. That about like really like kind of like just recently where I just like realized like it's that scene with them. Also, cause see, I heard when there was only like 2 seasons, people say how Futaru didn't end up with best girl, and so I kind of like narrowed it down. Like, okay, so who is the best? Who like so if he didn't end up with the best girl, then he kind of went with like the worst girl. And so I kind of tried to narrow it down because I knew like with Miku, she was like the most popular, so I already thought okay, she's probably like the best girl. And Nino, with her incest joke, I thought okay, so maybe she's not best girl. Like I said, this is like before I actually started watching it. And if you know like the incest joke with Nino, then the scene. Well, I guess scenes. So I kind of pretty much thought it was like Ichika, like being worst girl. Like that's what I just kind of guessed. Like before I even saw watching the anime. And because see, like the thing is, when I saw Ichika the first time, I thought it was super weird how okay, so on the poster for like the first like season, she's in like her school uniform, but she's also wearing like her yellow sweater. I think so that's kind of weird because she's like wearing a jacket and wearing a yellow sweater at the same time. I just thought that was like super weird, but all that just straight up became 180 after I started watching the anime. So Ichika is the eldest sister, the oldest sister out of the 5 of them, and basically when their mom died, she basically became like pretty much like the maternal figure of the siblings, pretty much. Like taking like being like the most responsible and everything. And her dream is like become like an actress. And her acting skills definitely great. I like to say like her acting skills is like top notch. Like definitely like my opinion like Oscar worthy or Academy Award win worthy. Like whatever like the biggest higher awards like actors can get from Hollywood or whatever. And yeah, so if I remember correctly, like she was like the 3rd sister to fall in love with Futaru. Like first it was like Miku, then it was Nino, but with Nino, she saw like a picture of him when he was a delinquent, but she didn't know that was him at the time. Also, with Ichika, what's great is like, okay, so when like pretty much when they first met for Toru, she was like pretty much the most welcoming, like the first one to straight up interact with him, like be like very friendly towards him. Like in Yotsuba was like kind of like pretty much like the second one, more like to hang out with him, like when, even like at school compared to the rest of the siblings. So that's what I find interesting about Ichika. And here's like one thing that I really don't like. So there's like people say how she's like the antagonist of like the series because of how she plays to get in when it comes to like the whole like being her love rivals with her own sisters. Like there was like this one meme where it showed like the biggest like antagonist or whatever. There was like four girls. One of them was Ichika. One of them was Mommy from Her Girlfriend, and I think Rachel from Tower of God. If you know Mommy and Rachel, then yeah, those two are like definitely like the worst like human beings ever. And I just felt like that ain't fair to compare Ichika compared to like those two, because those two girls straight up trash. So like the things that Ichika like does wrong is like, okay, so like I said, she's good at acting, so she pretends to be like Miku a few times to get closer to Fatoru, and that pretty much like rubs like the siblings the wrong way, even her and Miku a lot. And like she says like to Fatoru that she was the girl that he met like back then when they were kids, and I really wish it was true, but nah, it wasn't. Cause like there's a lot of red herrings. Like this is like another great thing about the Quintessential Quintuplets. There's so many red herrings. Like even after I'm done watching like the anime, I look back and think like, man, the author like really got you. And especially when you read in the manga when everything's like black and white, it's like 10 times less challenging. So yeah, Ichika. So another thing that I love is like, okay, so when in season 1 when they like having like I forgot what it was called, like going camping wherever, and she had like a moment that she was like crying about how Faturu saying like I go dance with Miko instead. I thought like, hey, that's like a good moment. And the thing is, what people don't like about Ichika, like how she's being like kind of selfish, like her and her own sisters. And here's the thing that how I see it is like sometimes you have to be selfish, to be happy, because Ichika was pretty much like I said, like pretty much like a kind of like I don't know how to explain, like raising her own sisters because since that mom died, and she was like since she was like taking all that responsibility, like kind of like being like the breadwinner somewhat. Like it's just like with all that responsibility, sometimes she needs time to find her own happiness, and it's just like kind of struggle like a struggle when it comes to like especially when all her other siblings are in love with Futaru. And another favorite moment that I love was, okay, so I think if I remember correctly, it was like season 2 where she wanted to go ditch school with him, Futaru, and she wore glasses because since she's like acting more, she's like wearing the glasses like her incognito mode. And when Fatoru sees like the rest of the Quintuplets coming, she said no. In her mind, she said no. Only pay attention to me. Only look at me. I thought that was a really great moment. And and the movie made me so salty that I get this is a bit of a spoiler where how Isha didn't end up with him. So I felt so salty that the very next day after I saw the movie, I remembered the game, and to my surprise, the game has alternate endings, where it means you can choose which sister you want, like Itsuki, Yotsuba, and to me that's a kind of an insult to the wound where it's like, hey, here's where the only option where the sister you want ends up with Fatoru. But yeah, so that's why I think Ichika is best girl. So thanks for watching, guys. Who liked it, new Doggo plays whenever, and yeah, till next time. Bye.